G'day guys and girls, and it's John Michaelis here from MyExcelOnline.com, and I'd love to welcome you to this awesome course about Microsoft Teams. Now, Microsoft Teams is a web and desktop application, and it is a group chat software that allows you to collaborate with your teammates and work remotely. This is great for people that are working from home and cannot go in the office, and it allows them to share their files and also keep on working with their team members. In this full Microsoft Teams course, we're going to go through the following features: how to set up Microsoft Teams, the free versus the paid versions, the web versus the desktop versions, how to add teams and your team members, how to manage channels, how to chat with your team, how to collaborate with your team using Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and also many different applications, how to make calls with your teams, how to upload and access files. Also, we're going to dive into how to add third-party apps inside Microsoft Teams. And we're going to finish off with the activities area, also the search bar, and the various settings within this awesome application. You can also jump to a specific section inside this course by going in the description area and then clicking on a feature that you want to learn, and then it will take you directly to that section. Now, we also have a free PDF cheat sheet that goes through all the different features within Microsoft Teams. So click in the description area now so you can download this free PDF cheat sheet, and you can print it off and keep it next to your desk, and also refer to it whenever you have any questions. Also, if you have any questions about anything on this course, then leave your comments below in the comments area. Me and my team are on standby to help you and answer any questions or doubts that you have within this course. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. The more thumbs up we get, the more awesome free videos that we are gonna create for you. And also, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, because each and every week we are releasing new videos. Now let's get into this course and learn Microsoft Teams in less than 1 hour.
Hi, this is Brian Hong, and let's talk about Microsoft Teams and what it can do for you. Okay, so Microsoft Teams is a really cool software from Microsoft, wherein it's all about 3 C's. So when I say 3 C's, I'm pertaining to colleagues, content, and conversations. So you could see here that collaboration is the name of the game when you're working with Microsoft Teams. And the really nice thing with this one is it allows you to work seamlessly, whether you're working from home, you're working remotely, and then you have a group of team members, right, that's working in a different location as you are. And even inside the office, right, you can still use Microsoft Teams to collaborate with your entire team. Okay, so let's just go over it quickly on the left side so that you can have a better idea on what you can accomplish in Microsoft Teams. At first, it might seem a bit daunting because there's a lot of things that you could do in here, but don't worry, I'll be walking with you step by step so that you can master Microsoft Teams in no time. Okay, so the first one is activity, wherein it shows everything that has happened so far that is of your interest, right? It could be related to you, or it's going to be a quick summary of what you need to know. Okay, and then we have chat. So for chat, it's more of direct messaging with your colleagues. You could just pick specific people or a group of people, right, that you want to start a conversation with. Next is teams. So over here, you can create teams, right? You can create channels in here. We'll go over this in detail in the succeeding videos. And then we have calls. So calls over here, you just have your contacts and then who do you want to give a call to. And then we have files. So you could share files, you could upload your files. We have OneDrive access in here. So you could see over here that I have uploaded a couple of documents in here. And once that's ready, you can use that later to share with your team as well. Okay, and then the best part is you can add more. So it's not just limited to this once, right? You can have more sections in here. And that's the beauty with Microsoft Teams, because it has the functionality for you to extend depending on your needs. So for over here, what I'm using is Microsoft Teams, and this is a free version, and you will be surprised on how much you can do with the free version already. Okay, so if you are thinking whether to get the free version or the license, okay, I'll just open this quickly so that you can see the differences between Microsoft Teams and the Microsoft Teams free edition. Okay, so over here, you could see that for the free version, there's already 500,000 members. Okay, that's maximum per organization. And that in itself is already a lot for the free license. So if you're a small team, right, if you're a small company or a small business, then this could be perfect for you. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'll be focusing on the free version because there's already a boatload of features that you could use, okay, straight out of the box. And I'll be showing it one by one. And then we have the file storage. So that's 2 gig per user, right? Or 10 GB of shared storage as compared to the paid version, right? That's 1 terabyte per user. And pretty much you have your guest access, you have your audio and video calls for group settings, right? We have channel meetings, screen sharing. So there's quite a lot already that you could do in here. And this feature I'll be sharing to you and demonstrating in detail because this is really cool. What the paid version, okay, has an advantage on it would be the scheduled meetings, the meeting recording, right? So if you want to take a record of the meeting, then that's possible in the paid version. You have phone calls and audio conferencing, right? And then you have more control in the administration as compared to the free version. But in itself, as you'll see in the succeeding videos, there's already a lot covered inside the Microsoft Teams free. To be able to sign up, that's pretty quickly. You just need to go to the Microsoft Teams website and you can just quickly sign up for an account. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so this is the site and I'll be putting in the links so that you can access this as well. Now, the really nice thing with Microsoft Teams is you can open it straight from the web browser. Okay, so what we have over here is I logged into teams.microsoft.com and then I just input my Microsoft account credentials and I'm already here inside Microsoft Teams. And I'm just using Chrome over here, so it could be any browser that you prefer and you can use that to access the web version. And the main question right now is which one should you use? Should it be the web version or the desktop version? Okay, so over here as well, you could see on this one is I also have the desktop version installed on my computer. And that's perfectly fine if which one that you prefer, because there's some pros and cons that I'll go over quickly. Okay, so for the web, the main advantage is you can start with any web browser. So if you're working on different computers, then you could just jump over to a browser, log into the website, and you have access straight away to Microsoft Teams. And once you're inside the Teams website, you can actually select the over here, this icon over here, right on the lower left corner, and there's a download desktop app. Okay, so if you prefer and if you're using a laptop most of the time, then it's better to install the desktop app because you can have the desktop app just start up quickly, okay, every time you turn on your computer so that you don't need to open to the site anymore. There's no need for you to log in. You could just have the app appear straight away and you can have notifications as well appear whenever something happens. Okay, so for the purposes of the tutorial, what I'll do is we'll be focusing on the web version, okay? There's not much of a difference between the two of them from a functional perspective, but what I want to show you is this is my account, right? This is me, and we have another account open right now. Okay, so let me just switch over here and I'll just put this side by side so that you can have a look. And you can see over here that there's another account, which is Esther over here, because I want to show you later on when it comes to collaborating between the team, you could see instantaneous or simultaneous results over here. And it's just something that I want to show you on how cool Microsoft Teams is, okay? But this is going to be our primary account, my account, and I'll be showing you in the succeeding videos. Okay, let's get to the fun part of Microsoft Teams, and we'll be discussing first when it comes to managing teams and members. So when we go to Teams, this is the main portion of Microsoft Teams, because this is where you start to organize and then collaborate with your entire team. So if you have a team over here, you can just create a new team fairly quickly. So you can see over here on the left side is we have two teams already over here. We have MyExcelOnline over here, and then we have the Sports Club. So there's two teams, right? And what we have inside the teams are the channels, but we won't go through in detail yet for this one. We'll be focusing on the teams first. So if you have, let's say, a specific team that you're working with on a project, then creating a new team would be perfect for that, right? It's more of people that you work with continuously over a period of time. So that's perfect for a team. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is for every team, right, there's a general channel that's gonna be created by default. Okay, and then what we can do is we can join or create teams here at the bottom. So you can see here, join or create a team. And what I'll do right now is let's just click. And if there's going to be other public groups over here or public teams over here, it's going to be shown here. Okay, but for now, what we will be doing first is we're going to be creating a team from scratch. Okay, so let's just create team, build a team from scratch. We're good with this. Okay, and we have private or public. So if people need permission to join, then you can create a private group so that you have more control on the team. But if, let's say, it's going to be public, pretty much anybody can join the team. Okay, so for now, let's just go for public, right? And then let's say give the team a name. Let's think about the Excel Fanatics, right? Okay, and then just type in a short description, right? Learn everything about Excel here. Okay, once we're good, just go for create. It's going to be creating the team. And then once you have it set up, right, you'll be able to add members to your newly created team. Okay, so you can type a name, distribution list, or security group. Okay, but for now, what I'll do is let me just add Esther in, right? Okay, let's just click add. And once we're good, okay, you can add more actually. And then it's up to you for each member. Okay, it's going to be a member by default, but if you want it to be the same privileges as what you have, you can make that person be the owner. Okay, so it's up to you on what kind of role or permission that you want to set. So we're good with member for Esther, and let's just go close. Okay, and now we have our newly created team. So that's pretty quick to do. Okay, so once you have it, you can modify the team. Okay, so there's gonna be a lot of options over here. So I'll just click on the ellipsis over here, right, for the team name. And then we have hide, we have manage team, right? We have add channels, which we'll be doing later. You can leave, edit, etc. So there's quite a lot of things to do. So let's go for manage team just to have a quick look. So we have the members tab over here. So we have myself, then let's check the members, right? We have Esther over here. So you can just add more people over here as needed. So, which means upon creation of the team, if you forget to do some things or add specific people, then no worries. You can just go over here and make additional changes. Okay, so let's add another member. So let's just go for John. Okay, let's add John as well over here. You can just click add and we're done. Okay, so pretty quick, pretty easy. And let's go over to channels. You can update the channels as well over here. Let's go to settings, right? You can add the pictures, right? The permissions, guest permissions, dimensions as well. There's a lot of stuff, right? There's even the fun stuff, which we will be using later inside the channels. Okay, so even emoji, memes, okay, you can just have control over it. Analytics, you'll have a quick view of what is happening inside the specific team, right? How many users, how many messages, okay, the size being consumed, how many apps inside. So it's just a really nice way, okay? And then the apps as well, which we will be going in detail later on what we can do inside the team. Okay, so I hope this excites you because there's a lot that we're going to be covering inside the teams in detail. Now let's talk about inviting more people to join the Microsoft Teams. So it's pretty easy to do so because over here at the bottom, you can see a link for inviting people. So let's click that and then have a quick look on what we can do. So there's multiple options. You can copy a link, right? So it's going to be sending the Microsoft Teams link to your specific users, or you can invite your contacts from your email contact list, or you can invite by email. So what we can do over here is there's a lot of options, right? But for now, we'll try it out by sending an invite via email. So I'll type in Esther's email address so that we can have a look on how it would look like. Okay, so we have the name, and then you can add more people in here. But for now, we're good. We'll send the invite, and then we can have a look, right? Which I already sent previously because I wanted to show you quickly on how it looks like, right? But you can just add more people, click send invite, and then it will be sent out to everybody. And what I'll do right now is let me just show you quickly on how it looks like for Esther's. And you can see over here that there's that email saying that Brian has invited you to join the MyExcelOnline.org at Microsoft Teams. Okay, then you can now join and then click join Teams. And once you click that, it's gonna go straight to the Microsoft Teams, and then you'll be inside the specific organization. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. You can just do it for all of your users. But the main question right now is, what if you have a private team? Okay, and then you want to send invites to specific users to join your team. That's a different story, because right now what we're doing right now is inviting people to join the organization. Okay, so pretty much just this entire Microsoft Teams. But if you want people to join a specific team, then it follows a different process. So for example, over here we have the private sports club, and what I did with this team is I made it into a private group. Okay, so which means only specific people, right? Or not everybody would be able to join this group. So what we can do over here, right, is click on the ellipses. Let's go to manage team just to have a quick look on how this looks like at the moment. So for the members, it's only me at the moment, right? That's the owner, and I don't have any members so far. So there's two things. If we want to add, let's say, Esther into this specific team, this private team, I could just click add member and then type in the email address. But another way is you could also send a link to this specific team, and then Esther, for example, can just go to that link directly and then join from there. Okay, so let's do that right now, because what I have right now is this Teams account is my account, Brian account. Okay, and then I have Esther's account open in another browser window so that we can do this quickly. Okay, so what I'll do right now is let's click on the ellipses of that team, of the private team, and then I'll click get link to team. Okay, so this is the unique link, and I'll just copy this, and let me jump over to Esther's view from Microsoft Teams. So this is Esther's account. Let me just have a look, right? Esther. And then what we'll do is let's paste the URL. Let's click enter, and then let's have a look. Okay, so it's asking, do you want to use the Windows app or the web app? And we're pretty happy with the web app for now. So let's just continue. And once we're done, it's going to go straight to this specific private team. And you could see here that it's the private sports club, one member, and it's private. And do you want to join? It's a yes. Okay, let's go for join. So request sent. So it sent a request to the owner if it's going to be approved or denied when it comes to joining that team. So let's go back to my view. I'll jump over to my account. So it's my account again. Let's check out the pending requests. So now we have Esther's request, okay, over here, because that's what we did just now. Okay, and then we can accept or deny that request. So let's say we click accept. Okay, and then Esther would be now part of this specific group. Now let's go over here to members. Okay, and let's check the members right now, and we have Esther. But if, for example, you made a mistake, that's pretty easy. Or if you have people wanting to leave the group, that's pretty easy to do. You could just go for the X over here, as long as you're the owner, right? Because there's just two roles over here, owner or member, and then I could just click X, and she's going to be out of the group. Okay, so it's pretty easy to invite and then also delete members from your team. Okay, so we have discussed about the teams. Now let's go in detail about the channels that's inside the team. So for example, inside Excel Fanatics, right, you could see over here that we have the general channel. So if we look at the general channel, we have the events, right, that's happening inside the team over here. So welcome to the team. Okay, so add more people, create more channels, open the FAQ. Okay, so we're going to be focusing first on creating additional channels in here. So we're going to be clicking on the ellipsis over here, right? Now let's select add channel. So we're going to be adding 2 more channels in here. So under Excel Fanatics, let's think of other Excel topics that we want to cover. Let's say Excel formulas, right? And the description is learn more about the top Excel formulas. Okay, here. And then privacy, accessible to everyone on the team. So whoever a team member can see, right, this channel as well. But you can also make it private and make it a subset or a specific group of people within the team. So you have that level of control. But for now, let's just go for standard. And then let's click automatically show this channel to everybody. So that's good. Let's add a channel. Okay, so that's one Excel formulas in here, right? And then let's add another channel. Let's say add channel. Let's go for tips and tricks, right? That's pretty useful in Excel as well. Okay, let's just leave the description as blank, standard as well. Let's have it added to everybody's channel list. Let's click add, and we have this channel as well. Okay, so it's taking shape right now for our Excel Fanatics group, right? And then what we can do next is, let's go to Excel formulas, right? And what you can notice over here is there's a couple of tabs on top. We have posts, right? And then we have files, and then we have wiki, okay? That you can do a lot more inside your channel. But for now, let's focus first on making our new channel lively. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff that you can do here. So if you're familiar with chat, for example, or let's say Facebook Messenger, then it's pretty much similar in a way on what you can do inside the channel. So for example, let's start a new conversation, and then we have mentioning of people. Let's say John. Okay, let's say welcome to the formulas channel, right? Okay, and then let's mention Esther, for example, and then ask, can you mention or can you share your favorite Excel formula? Okay, so there's a lot of things that you could do over here. So let's just explore this quickly. You can format your text, right? You can make it, okay, let's say top 5 Excel formulas, right? You can make it prettier as well over here. Let's say, here are my top 5 formulas, right? Let's say VLOOKUP, okay, XLOOKUP, okay, so I'm just making this up, concatenate, okay, and then let's go for mid, right, and let's say right. I'm just making this up, and once we're good, let's say you want to highlight the top 3, so let's just change this to the highlight color, okay, and somehow the formatting got different, so let me just backspace, and we're good. Let's send this. Okay, so we have a prettier looking post over here, and let's check what else we can do. So you could add attachments, right? So we're setting up files. Okay, here we go. And we have OneDrive. You could just upload from the computer straight away, right? So you can just add files as well. And then let's go for this one. We have emojis. Who doesn't love emojis? And you could just add a teddy bear, for example, and just set this up, right? You have your emoji over here. We have GIFs. So let's just pick one of them. Okay, I don't even know what this is. Sending a vertical hug. Okay, let's just select any one of them. And then what else can we do? We have this one as popular stickers and memes. Okay, let's add the dog over here. And that's really nice. Okay, so Excel formulas are cool. You can just even create your own. That's crazy, right? So once we're good, let's just send this, and we have your meme over here. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you can do. You can make it more fun for your channel, and it's a really nice gesture that Microsoft Teams is allowing us to do that. Okay, so there's a lot of things you could do. You can also start a meeting. Okay, so you just click on this. You can also add praise. You could send praise to people. So you could just say leadership, okay, and just type in the name, Okay, let's select Esther over here, right? And great leadership skills. It's just more of acknowledging people, and it's really nice that you could do that as well inside the channel. Okay, let's just click send, right? And it's gonna get displayed as well over here. So there's a lot of things, and there's gonna be more things that you can do. So if you click on the ellipses, right, you can just add more things that you can do as well over here for the apps. And that's the really cool feature with Teams, is it's extensible to what you really need. So let's just go over for the posts, right? So that's what we can do. If we go over to the files tab, it's just going to show you on what are the files that you can share over here. Okay, and then let's go to wiki. Don't worry for the files, we'll go over this in detail later. And then for the wiki as well, let's say you have frequently asked questions, or what do people need to expect, or rules, for example, inside this channel, then you can edit the wiki over here. Let's say rules and responsibilities, for example. Okay, and then you can just create a section, and then let's say one is be courteous to everybody. So you can just add stuff in the wiki over here, and everybody can contribute as well in a collaborative manner. Okay, and over here, same thing, you can add more tabs, and we'll be going through in detail later, because it's going to be fun on what you can do with the add tabs over here. Okay, so look forward to it. And once we're good, right? Let's say for the tips and tricks, you're not happy with this one. You can just select the ellipsis as well, and then go for delete this channel. You can just delete the channel as well over here. If you're not happy with it, just click delete. And there's another cool thing as well. Let's say get linked to this channel, because if you want to quickly tell people about your channel, you can also share this channel over here, and it's going to be a direct link so that people can join or whatever you want them to do with it. Okay, so we've discussed about Teams, so let's now dive into the chat section. So chats are pretty useful if you want a private conversation with specific people or with a smaller group of people, because for Teams, right, inside the channels, pretty much everybody in the team or the group can see what you want them to see. Okay, so let's jump over to chats over here. Okay, so over here we have the list of chats that we have, or the existing conversations that we have on the left side, right? And then what we have on the right side is pretty much similar to what you see in the channels, pretty much the chat that you have over here. And the functionality over here, the emojis, the GIFs, right? It's pretty much the same as what you saw in the channel section. Okay, so it's pretty easy. We can just click on specific people or specific conversations over here. Let's say we go for with Esther. You could see the previous conversation that I had, okay, that both of us had over here. We have the group conversation as well. We have 2 people now over here. So we have this as well. Okay, so pretty straightforward. And then what we can do is we can also filter, right? If you want to search for specific messages, you can just type in the keyword over here. So when it comes to creating a new chat, it's pretty quick to do by clicking on this new chat icon over here on the top, right? And then just type in the name. Let's say, let's just type in Esther, right? And then since it's already existing, it just opened the previous conversation that I already had with her. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And now you can just start typing the messages that you want. Okay, let's say, hey, how's the report that I need? Is it ready yet? Okay, so it's pretty straightforward, right? It gets sent, and then you can just add more people as well to the conversation. So for example, if I click on this, right, you can just start typing names, and then just add more people to the conversation as well. But we're not gonna do that, so let's just click cancel. Okay, and there's a lot of things that you do. You have the call, right? You have a video call as well, so you could just straight up from the chat section, you can just quickly collaborate and give that person a quick call. Okay, so that's really nice as well. So next up, what we're going to be discussing is the collaboration between different people or between people inside your chat section on what you can do as well over the file section, etc. So we're going to be jumping over to Esther's account so that you can see from her perspective, because the activities that we've been doing a while ago, we can just see the chat over here. So just click over this quickly, right? So you could see over here, hey, how's the report that I need? Is it ready yet? So you could just do a react as well as, hey, I'm angry at this statement. You could just do that, right? and see over here that there's a notification that I got right now, because since I have two teams open over here side by side, pretty much what I do on the other, you can just see it quickly happen on the other. So could you see that it was pretty simultaneous or instantaneous on what happened? And that's really nice with Microsoft Teams, because it's a seamless experience for the team that you can see over here. So let's say, hey, I'm still busy. Okay, give me 5. Okay, so just give me 5 minutes. And what you can see as well on Teams, okay, so I could see what's happening over here, right? So it's pretty much the same view that I'm seeing over here. And that's really nice for your team to get up and running very quickly. So now let's discuss about the collaboration between the team. So what we're going to be focusing here is inside the chats. I just want to show you on how we can collaborate with each other. The things that I'll be showing over here is you can do the same as well inside the channels, but I'll be focusing here inside the chat section. Okay, so first things first is, let's say we want to add more people. So collaborating would be easier. Let's say let's add John as well into the mix, into the conversation. Let's just click add. And it's fairly easy. Hey guys, how are you? Okay, and then let's say we want to collaborate on editing specific files so that we can brainstorm together, okay, from a remote setting, for example. And it's pretty easy, right? So we have our group setting as well over here. Let's just click the Files tab, because this is where the magic happens when it comes to Microsoft Teams. And I'm just blown away whenever I see this. Okay, so you can just go for files, right? There's still no files that are shared inside this chat. So I can just click on the share button. You can just upload directly from the computer or just get the file from OneDrive. So if you have files uploaded in OneDrive, that's pretty easy. You could just click OneDrive, for example, right? It's gonna load it up. And then we have our existing documents in here that you could just click, and then it's gonna be shared straight away over here. So for example, I just click test the Excel file over here. I'll just select this and go for share, and with just one click it's going to be shared over here for the group to see. What I'll be doing, right, is I'll be putting side by side, right? This is my account, Brian's account over here, and then we have Esther's account here on the right. So I'll just click chat, and then this is the group conversation, right? And then let's see what we can see over here. So over here, right, let me just try to click on files, and you can see that both of us now have the same view because we have the test file over here, right? And that's really handy because when it comes to working, right, there's no need for me to refresh. There was no refresh done, but it's happening instantaneously over here. Now, what we're going to be doing next is let's try for different files. Okay, so let's just add more files from my computer. We have a PowerPoint file and then we have a Word document. So I'll just add both of them. Okay, just go open and it's going to be uploading both files. So let's see what's going to happen next. Okay, so I'm here inside my account and you can see now the files have been uploaded. So let's jump over to Esther's account. If I jump over to her account and then I'll go over the group chat over here, so you can see there's an update, right, on the new files that I've uploaded, the PowerPoint file and the Word document. So if I go back to files, okay, I'll be able to see all of the documents as well over here. Now, let's put this side by side, okay? And now let's see on editing the PowerPoint presentation file. So I'll just click on it, right? And then you could see on how cool Microsoft Teams is because you can now edit the files right inside Microsoft Teams. So it doesn't have to be an outside or an external application, but right inside the web page. So it's going to be the same for Esther's account. What I'll do now is I'll click on the PowerPoint file as well. Let's say both of us are trying to brainstorm and we want to update the PowerPoint file simultaneously. It's possible inside Microsoft Teams, okay? So we have the same view, right? So I'll just go over to my account. Let's say for this one, I don't agree, right? I don't agree with this one. Let's say list of the, right, top Excel formulas. Okay. And on Esther's view, you could see here on the right that the change, right, reflected as well. And you could see this green border over here. It's saying that Brian is the one editing this section at the moment. So that's really nice because it allows both of you, right, to work together and to be able to help each other. And you can see on the top as well, right, Brian is also editing. And then on my view, right, Esther is also editing. Because sometimes, right, if you have more than one person working simultaneously, you could be working on the same piece. But over here, it's really cool because it allows you to see on which person is working on which part, so that you could just avoid that part for now, right? And if you want to make changes later, then just double check if that person is still working on it or not. Okay, so let's say Esther wants to update the Excel formulas, then you could see on my view that gets highlighted that Esther is touching this at the moment, right? So if I just maximize my view, right, you could see over here, if I hover the person icon, you could see on the name of the person that's making changes to it. Okay, so that's really nice. And you could just simultaneously update this. Let's say I'll just go for new slides, right? And then I'll just add a new one. And then Esther would be able to see those changes as well in real time. Okay, and what else we can do over here is add conversation. So I'll just click on this. And let's say you just add a chat as well. Let's say if you're not having a phone call right now with that person, you can just say, okay, I work on the new slide. Okay, please continue on slide number 2. Okay, so you can just collaborate just like that over here. And from Esther's perspective, right, let me just maximize this and you would be able to see this right away. Okay. So that's for PowerPoint. You can just do whatever you need from a PowerPoint perspective, and that's really impressive when it comes to working together. So I'll just go close over here. And let's just try other documents as well. Let's say for the Word document, right? Same thing. You could just edit it straight away right inside Microsoft Teams, and then it's going to be the same thing as well. You can do it simultaneously and you would be able to see on which person is working on which section. Okay, so this Word document is more of an Excel macros final exam. So we have the questions over here. Okay, I'll just put this side by side again, right? Then for me, okay, I want to exit over here, right? So let me just go back. Somehow I cannot access the close button, so let me just maximize my account. I'll just click close, and then I'll jump over to the files and I'll open the Word document as well. Okay, so let's see if we're able to simultaneously update the Word document. Okay, so I don't need the conversation, so let me just hide that. Let me put this side by side again. Okay, so let me just change this instead, the text, right, full name, and you can see on the left side it's happening in real time as well. Okay, so that's the beautiful thing with Microsoft Word. Let's say I'm going to be using my account, right, and then let's say date, let's just have date, right, 2020. So you can see the changes happening on both sides. It's just amazing on how much you can do as well over here. So okay, it's going to be showing both of you, and imagine having a phone conversation as well, doing this at the same time, right? It's as if you're not working remotely, because it just allows a seamless experience for the both of you or for the team. Okay, so you can just do whatever you want to do inside this and just keep on conversing. Okay, keep on collaborating with each other. So that's for Microsoft Word. And same thing, right, that you're familiar with Word, whatever you could do with the text, right, format painter, pretty much the options that you could do in Microsoft Word, it's available here as well. Okay, so we have the insert, right, tables, pictures, links, pretty much what you're used to. Okay, so let me just close this and let's jump over to the Excel file just to have a last view on what we can do with Excel. Okay, so while it's loading, okay, so here we go. We have a test edit. So it's just a sample file. Let's just jump over to Esther, right? And let me just close the Word document and I'll jump over to the Excel file as well. Okay, so let's just wait for this to load and I'll put this side by side again and we can see the magic happen. Okay, let's just wait for this one. And same thing, right? If I jump over here, and then let's just try to start editing. Okay, hello world over here. And now you can see it get updated over here. Let's just make some colors, right? And boom, you can see as well on the right. So just keep on collaborating with these files. It's just magical to see this happen at the same time. And just a quick pro tip, because sometimes what happens is when it comes to opening the file section, there's going to be sometimes an error message that's going to happen over here. And it's just going to be telling you that it's not available yet. But if that happens, what you can do quickly is just go over to the files section over here. Just go over to OneDrive. Once that is able to open up over here, then the files tab would work. I don't know why this is needed, but it's kind of like a kickstarting the OneDrive functionality inside Microsoft Teams. So just go over to files, right? Click OneDrive. Once that's able to load up without any issues, then the file section should be able to work afterwards. Okay, so if that happens to you, take note of this tip. Now let's talk about calls. So calls is pretty straightforward to use. Like for example, inside our chat, if let's say I've selected Esther over here, I can just go straight to this icon over here and just give a straight audio call, or it could be a video call as well, depending on what you need. But what I'll do right now is let's just have a look at the calls tab over here. I'll just go to the call section. There's speed dialing, there's contacts, there's history, and then there's voicemail as well. So for example, let's just go to contacts. Since it's still clean at the moment, I'll just type in Esther's name and I'll just click add. And over here, you could just go straight to sending a message, right? Or email or video call and audio call. So pretty much the same options that we're seeing via the chat window, but it really depends on where you're more comfortable. But the good thing is you can just do it quickly on both. So for example, I just add more contact as well. Let's add John in here. I'll click add. And there you have it over here. So what I'll do right now is you can have speed dialing as well. Let's say let's add to speed dial, or you can remove the contact from your phone book. So let's go to speed dial. If I go to speed dial now, you could see over here that we have Esther as the featured contact over here. And you have your history, and then you have your voicemails as well. So for the speed dial, let's just give it a shot. Let's just go for a quick audio call, right? So it's going to be trying to call Esther. And then let's say I'll jump over to Esther's Microsoft Teams, right? So you could see over here, Brian Hong is calling you. So you have that pop up. Let's say we just decline it for now, right? I'll go back to my Microsoft Teams and it's going to get forwarded to voicemail. And the cool thing with Microsoft Teams is you can leave a voicemail and I'll just keep on talking. And then once I'm done and left a message, I could just go hang up. Cool. And still the same thing. So what I'll do is I'm brought back to the chat window. I'll give another call, right? And I'll jump over to Esther's, right? And let's answer it. And then let's see what happens. So let me just mute this for now because there's going to be feedback since both of them are in the same computer. But the cool thing with this one is you can turn your camera on if you want to have a video call. And the very nice thing is you can also share your screen. So over here, if I click share, you can share your desktop, because pretty much when you're talking with another person remotely, one of the things that you need to do sometimes is show what you're running in your computer. Let's say it's troubleshooting or it's brainstorming together. It's easier to show what you're seeing on your computer to the other person. So once you click that, it's gonna be very nice because it shows what you're seeing on the screen right now to the other person or to the group, right? Or a specific application, you can also pick that. So if you have a specific application and just want to specifically show that, then you could select a window as well, right? Even a Chrome tab, so that's really cool, right? So for entire screen, let's just click that. Let's go share. So if I jump over to my Microsoft Teams, it's going to be, what do you call this effect? Because I'm sharing my own desktop and I'm seeing my own desktop. So it looks kind of weird at the moment, but pretty much you're going to be seeing your screen shared over to other people. Okay, so let me just go back here and you can see over here that Microsoft Teams is sharing your screen. So I'll just stop sharing, right? And then more actions. So you could see over here, device settings, hold, you could also put the person on hold, transfer, right? And a lot of options. So it's really handy when it comes to making a call over here. So for example, you can also have a conversation, a chat conversation. If you want to take notes or if you want to send chat messages as well, you can do that simultaneously over here. And then we have show participants as well, because for example, if you've created a call and then let's say I forgot to add specific people, you can do that as well. Let's say we want to add John. You can just type in John's name, click on it, and John's gonna be included as well. So pretty easy on adding people, but John is unavailable at the moment, so you could see over here as well. And you could try again if you want to give another call, right? And it's gonna be unavailable as well. But that's really easy. So which means if you forget to add people, just go to show participants and you can quickly add more people in the call. Okay, so I'll hang up now. Now let's talk about adding more apps. Okay, so this is one of the coolest features that I love about Microsoft Teams, because you're able to add or extend the functionality that you have, for example, inside the channels. Let's say we have the posts, we have the files, we have the wiki, but we're not satisfied with this one. And just by going to the plus sign over here to add a tab, you're going to be adding more functionality that's available to the team. Okay, so we're going to be going straight to Excel Fanatics, right? The team over here, and then to the Excel Formulas channel. And let's go to the plus sign. Let's have a look on what you can add over here. So there's a lot of things over here. We have the SharePoint, document library, Excel, OneNote, PDF, Power BI, PowerPoint, website, Word, right? And if you scroll down, there's a lot more that you could add. So I'll just quickly scroll down so you can have a quick look on what you can do over here, right? So we have, if we scroll down, we even have Confluence over here. We have GitHub, if you have code, Evernote, Asana, right? Jira, okay? And then we even have Trello and WebEx as well over here, okay? So it's really, really cool. And what we will do right now is we will work with a couple of examples so that we can have a preview of what you can do inside the additional functionality. Okay, so what I'll do right now is let's go to PowerPoint, right? So let's give it a try. What it's doing right now is it will start to look for files, right, that are already shared inside the channel, but still, okay, no files at the moment. So if I go up, let's see if it can find any. Nope, no files yet, right? So what I'll do is let me close this one. Let's go to files. Okay, and then what I'll do is let's just upload a file, right? The PowerPoint file that we have over here. And once we have that inside, then we should be able to add the PowerPoint, right? And what I'll do is, since we're here, I'll add the Word document as well. Okay, so now we have these two files over here. I'll go straight to the Add tab, and then let's see what we can do with PowerPoint. So let's go for PowerPoint first. Okay, we have the demo presentation and then our presentation. Let's give that tab name over here. Let's select the file and go for save. And just like that, now we have our presentation tab over here, right? Wherein people can now continue to work on the PowerPoint slides. Okay, so the really nice thing with the add a new tab over here is if you have things, right? Or if you know that the team will be doing a task or working on a task together over and over again, right? Then it's best to add the tab over here so it's easier for them, right? No need to open a new tab anymore or search for that file, okay? Because what they know right now is since this tab is over here, it's gonna be frequently used. You can just go straight here and then continue doing your work. So it saves a lot of time in the process, okay? So we can add more actually. Let's go to add Word since we already uploaded a Word document. So you can select that as well over here. Let's go save, right? And then it's gonna add a new tab over here as well, containing our Word document. So it's really cool. Okay, and then you can just keep on updating it and then others would be able to work on it as well. Okay, so once we're glad or happy with this one, right? Okay, so we're happy with the document, but what we can do right now is you can also make changes to the tab name. Just click on the arrow here, you can just go for rename, right? Or settings. So let's just go rename. Let's say this is our macro document. Okay, macro doc over here. Just go save and it's gonna get updated. And there's a lot of things. You're not just limited to Office documents over here. So if I go for plus over here, okay, there's gonna be a lot more. So what I have right now is I want to show you a third-party app. So for example, it's gonna be Trello. And what I have is already set up a board in Trello. So Trello is more of it's kind of like a to-do list, if you could think of it that way. And it's a task list that you can assign to people. Okay, so for example, over here, we couldn't see a built-in, right, inside the teams right now on how do we manage tasks, how do we assign tasks, how do we give deadlines and all. But with the third-party apps, the cool thing is you can extend the functionality with this. Okay, so in our case, right, we want to be able to track tasks, and this is the project management, right, Trello. And then just a quick preview of what it can do. And let's just go add. So what I have right now is already have signed up for a Trello account and already created a sample board in here. So you could see over here, right, we have a personal board of course planning. Just to show you on how it will look like, I'll just go straight to Trello, right? So this is my board that I've already set up, and I've also invited Esther to join this board as well. So later, Esther would be able to sign in quickly to Trello. Okay, so it's just basic things to do, what is being done, right? And what is already done, okay? So we have this list over here. And the cool thing is, I'll just go straight here, right? Let's go course planning. I'll go save. And then let's see what's gonna happen. So we have Trello right now inside our channel as well, and people can start collaborating the same thing, right? No need to go through a different tab and then go to the specific board, because over here you have like zeroed in on the board that you want to use for this specific channel. So that's really nice because it saves you a lot of time as well when it comes to organizing or keeping the team on track. Okay, so if I jump over to Esther's, right, because we're curious on how her view would look like now with the channel, because I've made some changes, right, to the channel, and this is Esther's account at the moment. Okay, and then let's jump over to the teams and let's have a look. So we have Excel Fanatics over here, right? We have the channels. Let's just check the Excel formulas. Okay, and you can see on the tabs at the top, there's our presentation, right? The PowerPoint presentation, the macro doc, and then one more, which would be the Trello as well. Okay, so this is our PowerPoint looking good, right? You can make changes as well as needed. Let's go to the macro doc. Okay, let's have a quick look on how it looks like. So now you can see our macro doc, right, with the changes, the full name. So it's over here as well. Okay, and then let's jump over to the board, the Trello board. Okay, let's go to course planning, and what I'll do right now is let me just put this side by side right over here. So on the left it's my account, and then on the right it's Esther's account, and you could see for both of us we have the same view of the board, right? We're able to see it over here, and you could see, right, I'm logged in as Brian Hong, so you could see this account over here, the BH, and then you could also see Esther's account over here as ES over here. So which is really cool because now we're having the same view and we can work together as well. So let's add another task or another card. So I'll just add, let's say, video editing. Okay, things to do, right? Let's add a card over here, and you could see on my view as well, it gets reflected right away. Okay, so that's really nice, and you could just add more tabs depending on what else do you need when it comes to managing a team or working on tasks together. And that's the power that you could see with Microsoft Teams. So you have everything in a single place. You just add more depending on what your team needs. Now let's talk about the activity section. Since now we have a couple of activities that happened during our tutorial, we can have a quick look and then see what happened so far. So you can see everything in here, right? The mentions, the voicemail, missed calls, right? And then if anybody added you to a specific team or channel, those things, right? Pretty much everything that would happen that's related to you would show up here inside the feed. There's even the react, right? Because that's what we did in a previous tutorial. And what I'll do is you can also filter it to just your activity. Okay, if it's your specific activity that you've been doing, right, in all of the channels or teams, right? So for example, over here we have sharing of files, so you could just see everything in here. And the nice thing with this one is, for example, let's go back to feed, and then we could just filter as well. Okay, so you could just filter, let's say you just want the mentions, right, or the reactions. If you just filter the reactions, you would see it here, right? And then you could mark it in red, right? But that's really handy if you just need to, let's say, focus on missed calls. Okay, so that you can call them back, or you could just focus on the mentions, so that you could check on who do you need to reply to directly. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you could do here, and you can also filter. Let's say report, I'm curious about mention of reports, right? You could filter the events as well. Okay, so that's for activities. Okay, so now let's talk about the search bar. So we haven't touched this yet. It's the one on the top over here, and it's a really flexible tool when you need to search for anything inside Microsoft Teams. So let's just type in here. Let's say I just want to look for the presentations, right? I'll just type in presentation, and then let's look for messages or people, right? So if I click on this, we have a matching message because it's demo presentation over here that was shared. So it's really handy when it comes to searching for things. So for example, for people, let's say I just want to look for Esther, right? And it shows up as well over here, right? For messages as well, related to Esther, right? Everything shows up. Let's say for files, no matches, but you can also search for files as well using the search tab. And another cool thing is you could notice over here that there's the list of commands. So let's say, let's try that out. Let's say right? We have praise, we have Trello, right? We have news. I wonder what's gonna happen. Okay, so if I click on news, you can add as well if you want the news tab. Okay, so same goes with the adding of more functionality over here. Okay, so that's for the add. Let's try the slash. Okay, so for slash, there's a lot of things, right? We have call, we have setting it busy. So it's not just for searching, but it's also for doing things inside Microsoft Teams. So for example, let's say /keys, right? You're gonna get the keyboard shortcuts, and you're gonna be shown a pretty cool list of what else you could do inside Microsoft Teams. Okay, so let's try out some more commands over here, or actions. Okay, so let's have a look at this one's pretty nice. Go to. Okay, so if you want to have a quick way of navigating, let's go straight to Excel formulas, right? And you're gonna be going straight here. Okay, so that's really handy because, for example, if you have a lot of teams and a lot of channels as well, it's gonna be cumbersome to look for it. So it's just easier to just go for the command and then just type in the specific channel that you want to go to. Okay, that's really cool. Okay, so take a while to explore this one, right? And then you even check the activity of people. Okay, let's say I just want to have a look at what is Esther doing at the moment, right? The activity. Okay, and you could see the list as well over here. So that's really nice. Okay, so if there's functionality that you're unsure if you can do inside Microsoft Teams, and this is a list that you can just access quickly and then go straight to it. You can even go for help over here with Microsoft Teams. Okay, so just have a look at the search bar, explore with it, play with it, and enjoy. And now let's go for settings. So for settings, what we can do is a lot of things over here. And to be able to access it, just go for your profile image on the upper right corner. So over here, right? Over here, I can just go to settings. But before we do that, let's just go over quickly on a couple of options. We have the status over here, or presence, right? We can just set it to available, to busy. If you want DND or do not disturb, that's pretty handy if you don't want to get notified of any events or chat messages that's going to be happening, right? Because if you want to focus, then just go for DND. Okay, you can still receive them, right? You can see over here, right? Your status is set to DND. You'll get notifications for urgent messages or from your priority contacts. Okay, so we'll be going through that quickly. And let's just go back here. Okay, you can go for setting of status messages as well. You just go for your saved list as well. You just have a look of saved messages. It's like a bookmark in a way, right? And then we have the settings, keyboard shortcuts as well, downloading the desktop and the mobile app. Okay, so let's go to settings. So for the settings, you can change your themes. Okay, just change it here, for example, high contrast. And then we have, okay, that's pretty hard to look at. Let's go back to the default and let's just go for the do not disturb. This one is pretty cool because if you have the do not disturb, right, the status, you can have specific people exempted from your DND, which means if they message you and they're in your exempted list or your priority list, right, their messages will still notify you. Okay, so let's say you just want for the DND and then you still want to receive messages from your boss, then you could just go for manage priority access and then just add people in there, okay, that you want to hear from them. Okay, so we have Esther as well over here. Let's go back to settings, and we're going to be seeing those messages from Esther, okay, even if we're in D&D. Now we have read receipts, okay, so you could just see if people have read your message or not, and vice versa. Let's go to notifications. So for notifications, whatever that's going to be happening, this is like the triggers or the events that's going to be happening inside your Microsoft Teams. And whenever something happens, this is the notification that you will be receiving. So for example, if you have a chat message, it's going to be showing up, right, the banner, and also an email. So for example, if you don't want to receive emails, right, of Microsoft Teams notification, if you just prefer to see everything inside Microsoft Teams, then what you can do is just change all of the ones with email, let's say, and then just change it to banner. Okay, so that you can just limit it inside Microsoft Teams. So it really depends on what you need, but the really nice thing with Microsoft Teams is the level of customization for the notifications that you can do over here. So you could see there's a lot of things that's going to be happening inside Microsoft Teams, right? You have colleague join teams, you have team role changes, okay? So there's a lot of things, but it's up to you on what you want to do. So for example, miss activity emails, you could just go for once every 8 hours, right? Just once a day, or turn it off, or ASAP. Okay, so there's a lot of things, but just have a look over here and then see on what you want, okay, so that you can have some control on the number of notifications that you'll be getting. And lastly is the calls. So let's have a look over here. So for the calls, what's really nice is you can have call forwarding as well, and if it's unanswered, in how many seconds. You can even define this on how many seconds, right? 10, 20, 30, etc. And if it's unanswered, up to you. Do you want voicemail? Do you do nothing, right? And then you can even configure your voicemail so that you can have, okay, you can have a greeting for your voicemail. So you can record one as well so that it's more personalized, okay? And then what do you want to happen, right, for your voicemail? You can forward it, right, to somebody else to take your call if you're not available. It's really cool. It's like having your personalized voicemail inside Microsoft Teams, okay? You can even have here, right, a text-to-speech customized greeting option. So that's really cool. So have fun with this, with the voicemails, and then just play around with it. And then once you're done, then you should be going back over here in the settings. And once you're good, just close this and we're good to go. Now let's discuss about installing Microsoft Teams for desktop, and it's pretty easy to do so, because what we're going to do is either when you logged into the Microsoft Teams website, it's going to ask you if you want to use the desktop app or the web app, okay? But if you miss that notification, no worries, because inside the web app, there's also a download link over here, right, on the lower left corner, where you can see here, download desktop app. So once you click that, the installer is going to be downloaded to your computer, right? And what I have here, I've already downloaded it. And let's just double click on this to show you quickly on how easy it is to install desktop, the Microsoft Teams desktop edition over here, okay? So just wait for it to load, and it's just going to be a couple of steps that you could just go through, just breeze through it, and it's going to be installed. After we install Microsoft Teams in your desktop, we'll just do a quick login, and then after that, we're good to go for Microsoft Teams. Okay, so once we're inside the desktop, we can just type in our email address for our Microsoft account. Okay, and then we'll just be typing in the credentials that we need, and we should be good to go. Okay, so let me just type in. I'll go sign in and just wait for Microsoft Teams to finish loading. Okay, so now we're in, and it's just a welcome to Teams notification over here, and then I'll just select the MyExcelOnline.org so that I could join and continue into the team. Okay, so once that's finished loading, it's pretty much the same view that I'm seeing right now as compared to the web. So you can install this quickly inside your computer. Just look for the link, and the same thing as well inside the desktop. You can also see the mobile link as well if you want to use the mobile app. So in a succeeding video, don't worry, we'll also show you on how we can use the mobile version, because it's also pretty cool having Microsoft Teams in there. So for the examples that we have inside Microsoft Teams, it's usually done within a single organization, because right now what I have is I'm joined into the MyExcel Online organization inside Microsoft Teams. So everything that I'm doing is inside that organization. But the question right now is, what if I need to join another organization as well simultaneously, right? Or even more, and then I want to do my work inside Microsoft Teams, and that's pretty easy to do so. So what we have here is this email from Lyra. So what she did was she set up a new organization called Pharmacy inside Microsoft Teams, and she wants to invite me as well to join that specific organization. And once we have this email, we can just click join Teams, or what we can do right now is let's have a look on how it will look like inside Microsoft Teams. So once we have that invite, when we want to switch organizations, it's pretty easy to do so, because what I have right now is the Microsoft Teams web version and my account, and my organization at the moment is MyExcel Online, because that's where I've been doing my activities. So right now, if I want to switch to a different organization, right, it's pretty easy by clicking here on top on the upper right corner. You could see the organization that I'm in right now, and you could see that there's the Pharmacy organization. So if I click on that, it's just going to be switching me over to the Microsoft Teams of that organization. So which means if you have more than one organization, it's pretty easy to switch from one to another just by clicking here on the upper right corner. Okay, so what I want to show you right now is Microsoft Teams mobile as an app. Okay, so I'm showing you my phone right now. It's really cool on what you can do as well. So it's not just limited to your computer, but you can bring it with you so that if there's any notifications or any chats, important things that you need to discuss, you can do that as well over here. Okay, so it's pretty easy. Just go to the App Store or the Play Store, depending on what OS you're using. Okay, and then you can find Microsoft Teams in there, install, and then do the login. So what I have right now over here is the Teams, and let's just try it out for some of them. Okay, let's say Excel Fanatics. I'll click Excel Formulas, and then what you can have over here is the same view that we're seeing, right? The presentations, the praise that I did, right? The virtual hugs, right? Okay, so pretty much everything that you're seeing as well, you could see as well in your mobile application. So same thing as well for files. If there's any shared files, you can see here the more. Okay, we have the course planning, the macro documents, right? Even the Trello board. Okay, so we can just try it out. And then what it's going to do is it's going to be sending me over to the Trello link. Okay, so that's a bit different as compared to the desktop or the web app wherein everything is integrated, because over here, right, it just brought me to the browser. Okay, so I need to sign in so that I can see the board in Trello. So let's just go back and then let's have a look at the other things. Let's just try it out, the macro doc. Let's see what's going to happen next. So it's going to try loading the Word document. Okay, so I'm still inside the Microsoft Teams app. Okay, so now the document is loaded up, so I'll just scroll down and I'm having the same view, so I can check the document as well over here. Okay, so that's really cool. Okay, so we're able to view the Word document, so let's just go back here and then let's have a look on what else we could do. Let's try again the Excel formulas, right? And then you could just go for a quick reply. Let's just edit this and let's start a new conversation. Hey, I'm doing this, right, from the app. Okay, so you could just set it over here. Okay, and then you could do the same things as well. Let's say you want a GIF, or add an image. You could do that as well inside the mobile app. And it's pretty cool because you have the mic icon as well over here, so you can add in an audio message. So you could just go for a recording if you want to do that. Okay, so let's try it out. There you go. You just hold the record. Okay, and then once I finish recording, I'll just let go. And there's my audio recording. So let's go back over here, and then we have the Teams, we have the Excel Fanatics. So you could do the same things. You could manage members, right? Channels over here, leave the team, edit the team. So there's the options that we've been discussing. You can bring that as well, okay, to your phone. Okay, so we have the chat as well. So let's try it out. Let's have a chat with Esther. So you could see the same messages as well over here. Okay, you could do a video call or an audio call as well over here. And then what we have is the files. So the same view that we're seeing, the shared files between the two of us. And then we have the more as well if you have different tabs added here. Okay. So what we have is the activity as well over here. So pretty much the same filters. Okay, so if I try the filters, you can go for the mentions, the replies, etc. that you've been seeing inside the web and the desktop app. Okay, and then you could also do a search right over here. So if I click search, just search for the specific message. Let's say I'll type in report. And it's going to show me that, okay, it's this specific message. If I click on it, it's going to bring me straight inside the specific channel. Okay, so that's really cool. So you could do everything that you want. So I'll just go back, and then you can also do the calls over here, right? So the same thing, we have all of the history of the call, okay, over here. And this icon, and then I could just search for people, and then let's say we want to give Esther a quick call, you can just select video or audio call. Okay, so that's up to you. So if I try to make an audio call, then it's pretty much like you're using your phone straight up inside Microsoft Teams. So let me just hang that up. Okay, and then same thing for files. So it's integrated to OneDrive. If I click on it, then I'll be able to see the files that I have over here.
G'day, it's John Michaelis here, the Chief Inspirational Officer and founder at MyExcelOnline.com. And I hope that you enjoyed this video that we just showed you. If you did, then give it a thumbs up. It just lets us know to create more of the same Excel videos for you so you can get better at Excel. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get new Excel videos each and every week. And finally, we want you to join our flagship online Excel course. It's called the My Excel Online Academy, and you get all of our Excel courses. You get our Excel beginner, intermediate, and advanced courses. We go through over 500 Excel videos, which teach you formulas, macros, VBA, pivot tables, Power BI, Power Query, Power Pivot, charts, formatting, access, and much more, because we add new videos each and every month. You also can download all our Excel workbooks and keep so you can practice, and you also get a certificate of course completion. Plus, you're going to get 6 bonuses when you sign up to our Academy course. You get our dedicated teacher support. You get access to all our Excel webinars. You get quarterly live Q&As. You can join our private Facebook group. You also join our private Excel forum, and we're also going to mail out to you an exclusive Academy welcome pack. So if you want to get better at Excel and stand out from your peers and stand out from the crowd so you can get noticed by top management and receive the promotions and pay rises that you deserve, then click below in the description and join the My Excel Academy online course so you can get better at Excel today.